Alright, man. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Key coming at y'all boys with a brand new video. And today, we got a father getting revenge on a man accused of killing all of his kids right before a trial. With that being said, you already know what it is. You already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's do it.
To the story. As parents, raising kids is one of the toughest but most rewarding jobs in the world.
Ooh.
As soon as your little one enters this world, we already have so many dreams and aspirations for them. You hear it all the time. My son is going to be an athlete, or my daughter is going to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
We spend years watching them grow from babies to young adults.
I wonder what my parents thought I was going to be or what I was going to be doing. I might got to ask them, you know what I'm saying? See, like, what you thought I was going to do when I was a kid?
Witnessing
Based
all
off of
their
how I
growing
was.
pains and being there to get them some game on this thing we call life, the best way we know how. I learned years back, it's no handbook on being a parent. We all do the best that we can.
Facts.
If you come up rough, your sole purpose might be to make sure you work hard enough so your kids can have a better life.
That's the truth. That's the truth. So I never understood how some people can grow up in a hard situation and just be okay with staying there. Like, bro, you got to grow. You got to go get somewhere. And obviously, that's not everybody's outlook. You know, some people, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to do too much. They just want to be all right. And that's fine. But I know I want to get as far away from that shit as possible.
Around, you probably tell yourself as a man, I'm going to make sure I'm there every moment of my child's life. But with most kids, it comes a time where they want to venture out and explore the world for themselves. Around about high school, a young man or woman begins to learn themselves, their crowd, what they are into, and understanding their environment. Most parents fear this because in a way, it's them pulling away. And for you, eventually, you have to let go. In a lot of situations, that's when you become a proud parent, watching your child walk that stage or get their first jobs. But for some people, unfortunately, their fear of letting go becomes a reality when their child steps out here and loses their life or goes to prison. Even though it's not the parents' fault, some take their pain and it turns into rage. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it to New Orleans, Louisiana to discuss the case of a father who lost his kids and got street justice before the man accused made it to trial. Back in 2021, everything seemed on the up and up.
Like I say in the other videos, you'll never know what you'll actually do when a situation comes. Me, personally, if I have a shot at it, you take my kids, I'm taking you. Point blank, period. I'll do life in jail. I'll do 30 life sentences, shit. If they got the death penalty, give me the death penalty, firing squad, whatever. But you take my kids, I got to come at you with everything I got.
46-year-old Bokio Johnson. He had made a good life for himself in New Orleans and had a career as an electrician. Bokio prided himself on being a stand-up man and, more importantly, a good father, especially since if you know anything about the NO, you know it's always been considered one of the most dangerous cities in the world.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna stop pausing it, but I honestly thought it was gonna be a street dad. Somebody who grew up, you know what I'm saying, in the streets, raised his kids. He was probably in and out of jail. And then something happened to them, and now he came back and reverted to his old self. It's not that. That's insane.
So he knew being in his kid's life could keep them from going down a certain path, especially since his daughter at the time, 25-year-old Breonna Brown, had got caught up in the streets at a young age. Back in 2016, she was accused of taking the life of a 19-year-old young woman over a street debt. She was convicted of manslaughter and received a 30-year sentence. But Breonna's sentence was overturned after a few years, and in January 2021, she was released on a $50,000 bond, while the courts waited to see if it would be a retrial. Now I'm back home.
Hold on. I know people with murder convictions who got 20 years. How in the fuck she get 30 on a manslaughter charge? I don't know Louisiana law. I don't know. And I know people do get football numbers for manslaughter. But damn, wait, no, I think in Louisiana, if you get sentenced for murder, you get life, right? If I've been watching these videos, I know, I think I know some. In Louisiana, if you get convicted of murder, first degree, I think, you get life.
Bokio was happy. His daughter could possibly get a fresh start in life. Brianna was also super excited to step back in where she left off in her little brother's life. Bokio's son, 18-year-old Caleb Johnson. Even though Caleb and Brianna had different mothers, the two were close, and Caleb was taking a different path than his big sister. A popular young man at Etna Carr High School, Caleb was a senior. He played football and was just days away from graduation. To this point, even living in the NO, the young man had kept his nose clean.
Yeah.
But one day, he decided to reach out to an old associate who had attended his same high school, 20-year-old Hollis Carter. The conversation was about a purchase of a handgun.
What the fuck?
Allegedly, Caleb was trying to buy a gun, and Hollis told him, "I know where you can get that from. Let me make some calls." Caleb then confided in his big sister Brianna, telling her he was about to make that move. Knowing a little bit more about the streets and being older, she told her little brother, "I will go with you to make sure nothing shaky goes on."
Why?
Hollis
Why
nicknamed
he needed a
Hot
gun though? He
hit
just
Caleb
graduated
back
high school.
and told him it was a go. He told the young man he could pull up at the Cypress Run Apartments and grab the blick. Caleb told Brianna it was time to make that play. Also in the car with him at the time was his girlfriend. On March 28th, 2021, a little bit after 1 p.m., they all headed to the complex. Hot told them where the park at, and he pulled up soon after that. Not long after, the two young men had a brief conversation. When in the mix of that, over 20 shots went off, and a Honda fled the scene.
What the fuck?
Witnesses called NOPD, who responded to the location to find Caleb, Brianna, and Caleb's girlfriend all in the car, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Caleb's girlfriend would be rushed to a local hospital in stable condition, but unfortunately, both Caleb and Brianna would pass away from their injuries at the scene. As police talked to the neighbors, everyone stated 2 cars pulled up, and after a few words, a man started shooting. As word got out to the siblings' parents, everyone was hurt and in shock, and all stated Brianna had made her mistakes, but she tried to keep her little brother on the right track.
I don't know about that. Well, how you gonna keep your little brother on the right track? You're trying to buy a gun. You're supposed to tell him, bro, you don't need that. If you feel like you doing something that's down the third that you need a gun for, you're moving wrong. You're moving wrong, bro.
Started hanging with the wrong crowd. And the young man had dreams of after graduating, which was only 21 days away from when he lost his life, of going to the Navy, then starting his own business, flipping houses in his hometown.
So then why did you need a gun?
But their father, Bokio, was broken, feeling like he let his kids down. According to friends and family, the man went on a downward spiral. He stopped going to work, didn't want to talk to nobody, and wanted answers on what happened to his kids. It wouldn't take long before detectives saw messages in Caleb's phone to Hollis. They located the young man and took him in for questioning. Hollis told police he was at the apartments the day to facilitate the gun purchase between Caleb and another man, but he claimed somewhere in the mix, Caleb got irritated and Hollis started shooting. With the confession, he was taken into custody, charged with 2 counts of first-degree hit and attempted hit. As Caleb's family watched his high school video his classmates put together for the young man, it showed he would have won the best smile and he was very loved in his school. His mother spoke about how much his death impacted his 3 younger brothers that looked up to him very much. As the family was left to mourn, Hollis had hired an attorney and now changed his story, stating the other man was actually the shooter, but he was scared if he told he would become a target. He claimed to not know the person by name, but Caleb's girlfriend had survived the shooting, and she let it be known Hot was the shooter. The young lady was placed in witness protection so she could testify when the trial date came.
And that's why they say leave no witnesses. Now, I'm thankful that, you know what I'm saying, Shawty did survive. I wish that the other 2 survived too. For whatever reason, this guy decided to kill them. He still hasn't been revealed. But he tried to tell on a mysterious person he didn't know. That should have been a red flag to everybody. How don't you know this man name, no street name, no nothing, but you was gonna get a gun from him and facilitate a deal? Doesn't make sense. So luckily Shawty was alive.
Had a $1 million bond, but it would soon be dropped to $375,000, in which the young man
He only
posted
needed
bail. He was soon
37,000.
released on a box. This made Bokio feel some type of way, that the man accused of taking his children's lives was free. He attended every court date, telling Hollis and his family, y'all need to let me know who did that to my kids. Telling Hot, if he didn't do it, he needs to say who did. As more
That
weeks went
sounds like
by
a
and more court
determined
dates,
father. I can't lie. At that point in time, you should have knew you was in danger. I can't even lie. Somebody do it like that. He had every court date. He's showing up. He was already a good father. And you took his kids from him right as he was about to graduate 21 days away. I'd do the same thing.
Hollis' mother felt Bokio was getting more and more aggressive. Allegedly following them in his truck, it just seemed like he was locked in on the family. Then on March 23rd, 2022, Hollis and his mother got in the car to go to the first day of pre-trial. While en route, a car pulled up and opened fire, hitting Hollis in the head and striking his mother more than 6 times. It was broad daylight. Witnesses who saw the incident called NOPD. When they responded to the scene, they found Hollis suffering from multiple gunshot wounds and his mother wounded badly. They were both rushed to a local hospital, but unfortunately, the young man wouldn't survive his injuries.
Hey, man.
His mother was in stable condition
I ain't gonna lie.
and was
I ain't
able to
with
let
his
it be
mama
known.
getting hit up. I'm not with his mama getting hit up. She got hit up off of her son's actions. You feel me? But what goes around comes around. You killed those 2 people. Tried to kill 3 of them for whatever reason. You just got what was coming to you.
The truck that pulled up and opened fire beside them belonged to Bokio because they had seen it parked and following them multiple times during and at the court. When the detectives went to the man's home, they described it was like a memorial wall dedicated to his kids with a rifle clip laid on it. They felt Bokio took the law into his own hands and took Hot's life. He was taken into custody, charged with second-degree hit and attempted hit. Hollis' family felt the young man wasn't even able to clear his name. They claimed he was a stand-up guy who worked and tried to stay out of trouble, and stated he told everyone he wasn't the shooter and he felt bad for setting up the gun buy in the first place. But now the young man was gone before he could even.
If that is true, you know what I'm saying? God rest your soul. You feel me? If it is true that you didn't do it. But for whatever reason, it's been too much time past that you haven't said something as to who is supposed to be done it. You already told on yourself. So if you told on yourself, you probably gonna get accessory or something. Okay, cool. But you can't tell on somebody and you're not saying who it is. If you would have opened your mouth earlier, you might still be here.
And trial. As Bokio's case made it to trial, his attorney explained him losing 2 kids drove the man over the edge. Seeing Hollis free, smiling, talking to his family, he felt like that was a smack in his face, and Bokio wanted everyone to understand his pain. As jurors cried, listening to how 2 families were shattered by a bad deal, some felt Bokio should be found guilty of a lesser charge. And in June of this year, the 49-year-old man was found guilty of manslaughter, and his sentencing date is set for August.
Damn.
Rest in peace to Caleb, Brianna, and Hollis. I send my prayers and condolences to all families impacted by this situation. As a father myself, it's hard for me to say what I would have or wouldn't have done if I had access to the person accused of taking my children's lives, especially if the justice system let him out on bail. So I'm gonna ask y'all, do y'all think Bokio should have let the system decide if Hollis was guilty or not? Or do you feel like he was right for holding court in the streets?
I think it's guaranteed that whether he was gonna do what he was gonna do or not, you're going to jail. Like, just point blank period, you're going to jail. Not only you admitted to it. Like, you could have said, yeah, you was there, but you didn't do it. But you admitted to it for whatever reason. That shit right there don't make no sense to me. And you know what I'm saying? He's gone. The young man is gone. So we ain't never going to be able to get those. You know what I'm saying? You'd be able to get the real story. You know, we just going to he say, she say. But with the girlfriend saying you did it, bro, you did it. And if she take the stand and say that she seen you kill him for whatever reason, it was probably jealousy or something. I don't know, but for whatever reason, you're getting convicted off of her testimony for sure. You know what I'm saying? So with everything that we've learned in this video, even though we don't have a motive, I'ma salute the dad still. I can't lie. If you killed my kids, bro, I'm gonna try to get at you too. I ain't gonna lie. And especially when you had a hot ass bond and they just dropped it for whatever reason because you said no, somebody else did it. Get the fuck out of here. With that being said, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, get in the comment box. Tell me what you think of this situation. And I'm out of here. Let's do it.